Well, welcome everybody to YellowstoneValleyRadio.com and 107.7 FM. I'm Rodeo Randy, media executive and host of the Rodeo Randy Show here on Yellowstone Valley Radio and 107.7, Miles City's only 24/7 classic country music and podcast radio station. Today we are broadcasting from our studios here at the Convent Keepers, and today we have two very special guests. Abbi Schneider, past president of the Miles City Jaycees, past president of the Montana Jaycees, and secretary now of the Miles City Jaycees, and Kristi Cullinan, Vice President of the Miles City Jaycees. Abbi, Kristi, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us, Rodeo Randy.
Now, before we get talking to Abbi and Kristi about the Bucking Horse Parade, which they are in charge of, Abbi, let me ask you a couple of questions. You were the past president of the Miles City Jaycees. Now, I happen to have been in the Jaycees way back when, before you were born, in Circle, Montana,
Yes.
and then it was just men only. Now, when did the women become involved with Jaycees?
So in the 80s, there was a lawsuit that made the males allow the females in the Jaycees. So that's when nationally the Jaycees went co-ed. There are still some Jaycees chapters throughout the nation you'll find are only men. But they can't say we don't allow women. They're just like, oh, we're only men. But in the 80s, the women started being in the Jaycees as a combined unit. There's other chapters around the state even and the nation that allow, like, they have two separate chapters, but they're all kind of on the same thing. So essentially, Dillon, Montana has a women's auxiliary chapter and the Jaycees, but the women are all in the Jaycees, so it's not that big of a deal.
So that was about the time after I got out of it.
Okay, in the
Now,
80s.
how did you become involved with the Jaycees, and how did you end up becoming president of the Miles City Jaycees?
So in 2018, I decided I didn't have enough to do and just wanted to be more a part of this.
And you have a full-time job too, right?
Yeah, I've worked out at Pine Hills for 10 years. So I started in 15, so this is 3 years later. And then I just kind of watched, I was a member for a while, and then we dropped in membership to nothing, and it was just me and the Lesh girls for a while.
Was that Katie?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I know Katie.
And some other people along the way. And so I was president in 2022, and we grew membership, and then 2023, and then at the end of 2024, we'd grown membership, kind of working on that stuff. Kristi joined, and I started serving on the state board in 2021 as the membership, and they needed me to be Montana president in 2024.
So now what's that like, running for state president, JC?
It's a little, like, I don't know, it was kind of, people thought of me a first way, or they'd be like, oh, Abbi, like, that's just Abbi, not a big thing. And then they elected me as president, and then I was like, everything is different. Everybody is looking at me differently. I don't understand. But it was just mostly in my head, right? So it was a lot of meetings, just being able to represent the great state of Montana on the national level. Nationally, we stick out on purpose. We want people to know that we're from Montana, that we're proud to be from Montana. We were in Hawaii in 2024.
Well, that's not a bad.
Yeah. Kristi went.
Yeah.
I've been to Hawaii a few times. I didn't think I'd get off the beach after midnight. I was still there.
Yeah.
So then from there, so on the national level, how many other female presidents were there?
Numerous.
Yeah.
I mean,
so what was your best, you think your best reward being Montana state president?
I think probably getting to understand the whole dynamic of everything. And then I also set my stage on the national level so I can move up to national positions, which I hope to do in the organization in the coming years. So just to be able to represent my state and then get to be able to put us on the map nationally.
So now you're
again.
just, you're the secretary.
Now, locally,
Yes,
I'm
locally.
secretary
Miles
because
City
that's the
Jaycees.
most important part of the Jaycees is your local organization. You don't have state, you don't have national, you don't have international if you don't take care of your local organization.
So now, Kristi, you're the vice president of the Jaycees, so Miles City Jaycees. So what are your duties?
Yeah, so last year I served as secretary. This year I stepped into the vice president role, which is kind of newly created / brought back for the Miles City Jaycees. Because our membership was so low, we had to cut a lot of positions. And so my goal this year is to increase our membership and kind of build that community within our current members, and then be more welcoming to other people in the community to come out and help us.
Okay, so all right. Now Now, let's talk a little bit about what the Jaycees are all about, Miles City Chapter of Young Professionals. So let's talk a little bit about that.
Okay, sounds good.
So we are super excited to share what the Jaycees are all about. The Miles City Jaycees is a chapter of young professionals and leaders ages 18 to 14. We're all passionate about making a difference here in our home community of Miles City. Our mission is to provide development opportunities that empower young people to create positive change, and we do this through community service projects, leadership trainings, and hosting fun, meaningful events like the Bucking Horse Parade.
Well, that's great. Now, how long has the Miles City Jaycees been active, and what are some of your signature projects?
Sure. So the Miles City Jaycees have had a presence here in the community for decades, since about the 1940s. In fact, over the years, we've become known for organizing community events, supporting local charities, and helping young people develop their leadership skills. In addition to the Bucking Horse Parade, which is one of our biggest events of the year, we host holiday events and partner with other local organizations to meet the various needs of our community members.
I know we touched on a little bit, Abby, but how does the Miles City chapter fit into the Montana Jaycees organization?
We're one of 6 chapters in Montana, which is part of the national organization and then part of the international organization. The Montana Jaycees offers statewide training, networking, and support chapters like ours. They help us to connect with other young leaders across Montana, share resources, and participate in statewide service initiatives. It's a great way to expand our impact beyond Miles City.
We talked about it earlier, Abby, but what are some of the benefits of being part of the Jaycees, both locally and statewide?
The biggest benefit is personal growth. Members learn leaderships, event planning, and public speaking skills. You get to work on a real project that matters. On the state level, there are conventions, workshops, trainings. Many of our senators and older members have gone on and served in local government, business, and other community organizations.
You know any of them?
In Miles City specifically, don't, but that's mostly because I'm not asking. Like yourself,
Yeah.
Every time I see somebody and mention the Jaycees, it's an offshoot of like, oh yeah, I was a JC back in time. So, yeah.
All right, well, let's talk about the big event, the Bucking Horse Parade. What's the history behind this parade, Abby and Kristi?
I can do it. The Bucking Horse Parade is an intricate part of the world famous Bucking Horse Sale, which dates back to 1951. The sale and the parade started as a way to showcase bucking stock for rodeos, but it quickly grew to a full-blown festival celebrating our Western heritage. The parade itself is a beloved tradition, bringing together ranchers, rodeo fans, and families and visitors from all over. It's a true kickoff for the summer season in Miles City and the rest of Montana.
Yeah, I can't wait because I have been here quite a few years and can't wait. Now, Kristi, what's involved in organizing a parade in this size?
So it takes a big team effort to put on a parade the size of Bucking Horse Sale parade. Our planning for the parade starts months in advance. Put together individuals who dedicate a lot of time to this because we have to coordinate with our city officials, law enforcement, and local businesses to ensure everything runs smoothly on the morning of the parade. We do outreach to schools, clubs, and other organizations to encourage float entries because parade without its entries. We also handle logistics like permits, safety, and parade lineup itself. On parade day, our volunteers are out early, setting up, helping participants, and making sure the event is fun, safe for everyone. And we also select winners, so pick a panel of judges to sit on and judge the floats as they go by. And at the end of the parade, when everybody's going to the quick draw, we're tallying results to get those winners picked, put out on social media.
Okay, and then Abby, are there any special themes or highlights for this year's parade?
So this year, our theme is Buck Wild. As an organization, we participants to get creative with costumes, decorations, and all the more. The parade will also feature special appearances from rodeo queens, local dignitaries, and maybe even a few celebrity guests. They're honoring our Grand Marshal, Joyce Vera.
Joyce Vera, and what are some of the accolades that she has that she deserves to be Grand Marshal?
Joyce Vera has run the ROCKS program for its entirety.
Yep, that's
She was a music teacher at the high school and still steps in as a music teacher when they need somebody to fill in, choir teacher to be specific. The ROCKS program has been running for 25 years, and she's been there since the inception of it.
What is that?
So the ROCKS program is an after-school summer program, and so like during the winter and the school year after school, and then a summer program for kids to go to when their parents are working or busy, and they provide meals, entertainment, learning, things like that.
Yeah, I didn't know things. So
Yeah.
she's well deserving to be the Grand Marshal.
Yep.
So now, what's the parade route, and when should people arrive?
So the parade this year is going to start at 9:30 a.m. It's going to run across the length Main Street. We definitely recommend arriving early just so you make sure you get a good spot. If you have your favorite parade spot, there might be some competition for it. So sometimes people get there as early as 8 a.m. The route's going to run through downtown, so there is a lot of great viewing areas available. And then don't forget that after the parade, there's a lot more festivities and fun events happening at the park and down at fairgrounds later that afternoon.
Okay, and then there's actually more happening, like I said, so it's a full day of fun. So the Range Riders Museum's got their community breakfast, right?
Right, so the Range Riders, they start the day off bright and early at 6 a.m. with their breakfast, and it's a really great way to start the day before you head out for all the festivities. Come on down to the parade, and then after that, the bucking horse sale for charity takes place at the fairgrounds, along with the crick draw event that I mentioned earlier, and a huge Western trade show, so lots going on. And then at the end, you can wrap up the day downtown with street dance that starts at 9 p.m. through live country music.
You guys want to talk a little bit about what makes the bucking horse sale such a unique event?
It's atmosphere. There's nothing like it. People come from all over the country, even the world, to experience the bucking horse sale and the parade. It's part of the rodeo, part streets festival, part family reunion. It's a real sense of history and community pride.
Well, I can't wait for it. The parade and the bucking horse sale. Now, let's get back a little bit to your JCs, Kristi and Abby. Are there opportunities for people to get involved with the JCs or even the parade?
Absolutely. We're always looking for new members and volunteers. If you're interested in joining, you can find us on Facebook or come talk to us in person. We welcome anyone who wants to make a difference, learn new skills, and have fun. For the parade, we encourage local groups, businesses, and individuals to enter a float and help as volunteers.
Now, how do they get a hold of you if they're interested? Do you have an email besides the
So
Facebook?
registrations go through the Miles City Chamber of Commerce. You can go to their website and click on a link, or there's also a link on the Bucking Horse Sales website or Facebook.
If you're interested in becoming a member, you can reach out to us through our Facebook page, private message. We also have an email and then a website as well. So there's numerous different ways to get a hold of us
Instagram.
and find more information about it and check all those off. So if you're interested, feel free to shoot us a message. We're always like come in and help out.
And do you have your email handy or your website handy?
So our email is milescityjaycees@gmail.com.
Well, that's easy. I can remember
Yeah,
that.
this is an easy one,
Yeah.
isn't it? And the website, I believe, is milescityjaycees.wordpress.com.
Right.
So they're pretty simple.
Yeah, you got that. Even for an old guy like me, I figured that one out. Okay, what's your favorite part of the bucking horse parade, Kristi?
That's a tough one. So I've been coming to the bucking horse parade for as long as I can remember. My family and I used to live an hour away, and we drive up every Saturday. And I think my favorite part of the bucking horse sale parade is just getting to sit on the street, have some quality time with your family, and see all the unique entries. And I really love all the horses that come to this parade. That's what I think one of the things that makes this parade really stand out from any other parade you go and watch are the horse-drawn wagons, the carriages, and then everybody on horseback. There's such a large number of those that's super you can really see.
If I'm wrong, but correct me, Kristi, but the last name Cullinan, you're a barrel racers, ain't your family's barrel racers, right?
Yeah, well, there's some of us do there. Yeah, we for sure.
So did you high school rodeo then?
I did high school rodeo a little bit. Did a lot of 4-H too as well. So grew up out in Eastern Montana, right? Did rodeo and stuff like that. Got to college. I know I fell on the wayside.
Well, did you go to college rodeo too?
I did not rodeo in college. No, I was thrower. It was too poor.
Now,
Same.
are you from a farm and a ranch here?
Yeah, so I grew up in Glendive, Montana, actually, and my family does farm and ranch there, black Angus cattle. So been out Eastern Montana my whole life. Just got fortunate enough that my full-time job now to back Montana, Miles City. I love it.
Yeah, I can see why you like horses from a farm and a ranch. All right, Abby Schneider, what's your favorite part of the bucking horse parade?
I would say my favorite part of the Bucking Horse Parade is the Drum and Bugle Corps from Sheridan, Wyoming.
That's right.
The years that they come up, it's just kind of different marching band. Then you have the Caledonians, and then you also usually have the high school that puts in a marching band just to see the musical talent that goes through the parade. It's pretty
I like those guys too. And then they go bouncing around from the Bison to the different bars and
the ballyhoo.
Ballyhoo, and yeah, that's what they call it. And then
That was actually the first volunteer organization I was a part of because I'm originally from Sheridan. So I've been with the Drum and Bugle Club as a dancer since 2013.
Oh, so you're one of the dancers in the. Okay, well, before we wrap up, is there any advice that you have for the first time people coming here to the Bucking Horse Parade?
I would say get there early, and if somebody says you're in their spot, stand your ground.
Might
Make
have to
sure-
get a little help from Jack Daniels, maybe.
Yeah. Make sure you wear comfortable shoes and drink lots of water because it's a long
Oh yeah,
weekend
comfortable
to get
shoes.
through.
That's a good one. All right.
Yeah.
Well, if it's open, it's not raining. I think it's supposed to be like 91, so we're about getting rained on, right?
I think
My-
it's a bucking horse sale tradition, though. I don't think
Right.
it not rain one
Right.
day.
Some night.
We're gonna try the food, right? Gonna try the food.
Yep, lots
Yeah.
of great food vends out there. and
downtown and at the sale of food trucks all over.
Yeah.
They got some good stuff. Well, Abby and Chris, before we wrap up, is there anything else you'd like people to know about the Jaycees or the upcoming raid?
We would just like to say thank you to everyone who supports us and makes these events possible. The Bucking Horse Parade and Sale, it's a true team effort. We couldn't do it without our volunteers, sponsors, and the chamber. We invite everyone to join us, whether you're a long-term resident or a first-time visitor. You're part of the Miles City fam.
And would you like to mention some of your sponsors you want to give a big shout out to?
Yeah, absolutely. So, like Abby was saying, this event wouldn't possible without our sponsors. So, we would like to thank Leshing Company, iDental, the Bucking Horse Sale Board, the Bison Bar, You First Insurance, and Valley Credit Union. All of those individuals decided to sponsor the parade this year, and we're great without all of the support.
Well, awesome. Well, Abby Schneider, Kristi Cullinan, thank you so much for coming in for the Rodeo Randy show here, and we're looking forward to the Bucking Horse Parade and all the festivities on May 7th. And thank you for coming in again, and we just can't wait for the parade on Saturday morning.
Yes.
Make sure we don't stay out late Friday night, right? So we get up early.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Gail. Thanks for
Thank
coming in.
you.
Abby Schneider, Kristi Cullinan for the Miles City Jaycees. Thank you so much again.
Thank you.
Miles City Chamber of Commerce, supporting Yellowstone Valley Radio and the interviews with the community of Miles City. Miles City offers a lifestyle that most people only dream about. Discover Miles City.